And now it's time to meet the fighters. Fighting out of the Genesis Mechanical Ring Corner from the Farm Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Greeley, Colorado, Justin Tanke. And fighting out of the Cruising Coolers in the Colorado Blue Corner from McMahon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Fort Collins, Colorado, he's McMahon. This lightweight bout is scheduled for 3 rounds.
Okay, gentlemen, I gave you instructions tonight. It's not a clean, fair fight. Questions out of the blue corner, questions out of the red corner. Let's go.
Referee Tim Mills, third man in the cage for this 155-pound bout, featuring Mr. Justin Tanke in the white trunks, facing off against Luis DiSantos in the blue trunks. And Ron, we're about to be off with some punchy-kicky. Tanke's a fighter in Colorado that's on the rise. Had a couple of stumbles early in his career, has really put together some good wins as of late. However, it's DiSantos looking to take control early. Gets the nice takedown, working into side control. Tanke already trying to wrap up a leg, wants to try to pull that right leg through. Corner at Tanke, telling him they want him to just be a little bit calm and sort of work his way out of there. So far, it doesn't look like DiSantos has any interest in ground and pound, so with that takedown and coming out of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, we can say maybe he's going to start hunting for the submission.
Yeah, JR, this is a little bit of an interesting matchup here. Obviously, Tanke a longer fighter, more leverage, but DiSantos closing the distance real well, pressing Tanke against the cage here and really dictating the fight so far. It looks as though DiSantos has some kind of wrestling background, but Tanke getting picked up and slammed down with DiSantos looking to take his back. Has Tanke flattened down and delivering some ground and pound from the top, JR.
That was really a fast transition by DiSantos to get mount. Tanke eating some hard shots here. See what he's able to do. See if he can work that right underhook, try to improve his position. But right now it's DiSantos doing what he can to try to pass guard here, improve his position. And now looking for the key lock maybe is DiSantos. Going for the hand position. See if he can go chest down. That'll give him a little bit more pressure. Tanke looks pretty calm here. Coming out of the Farm Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this is a position he's seen a ton in training. So not going to be any surprises coming up for him here.
Yeah, good positioning by both guys right now. DiSantos looking to turn that wrist out and extend that arm now. And he's still on top. Tanke looking to get out. Doing a nice job getting wrist control again. But DiSantos doing a nice job with those hips, keeping square on top of Tanke and really keeping Tanke from advancing any position.
You're referencing it there, Ron. DiSantos doing a really nice job of keeping heavy pressure even while he's hunting for the submission, really offering minimal escape attempts for Tanke. Tanke did a great job on defense of that submission attempt. Basically, when your arm's bent, they're going to go for the key lock or the Kimura, or they're going to try to straighten it out. If you straighten your arm, well, there's one option for the top guy. If you bend your arm, there's another option for the top guy, but Tanke was able to get his way out. And DiSantos with 10 seconds left, going to look to flurry here. If nothing else, it looks good to the judges, and we're going to go to round number 2.
Yeah, good call, JR. DiSantos really showing a very, very heavy top game, controlling Tanke the whole round really with a very, very dominant position, delivering quite a few strikes from the top, and really putting Tanke in a defensive posture for the most part from the minute the round started. But both guys kind of getting out of that. You could also see some pretty serious power by DiSantos too. Those shots that he landed really had some impact. We could really feel him here at cage side. But for Tanke, I think that the key is going to obviously keep this fight standing, use that reach, not let DiSantos take him down, and see if he can formulate some kind of offense here. You see the same thing, JR?
I do indeed.
Thank you for that. And as we're looking on here, both fighters getting instruction out of their corner. Ironically, DiSantos seems to be breathing pretty heavy. Tanke, on the other hand, looks pretty fresh as can be. And always difficult carrying that extra muscle, JR.
Referee Tim Mills going to wait for the cage door to be locked, and then we're back to MMA action. So my guess, DiSantos closes the distance, looks for a takedown early. Tanke takes a hard shot there. It was a nice lead hand check hook by DiSantos. But Tanke comes back and rocks DiSantos a little bit. See how DiSantos is able to recover here, Ron.
Tanke doing a beautiful job with a nice overhand right. Really seemed to knock DiSantos a little bit off balance, but DiSantos recovered well. Very, very strong guy. Landing some good body shots as DiSantos. But Tanke really looks very calm and composed. Doesn't look like anything's really rattling him, and just looking to establish his range and keep DiSantos on the outside of those shots that he's got.
And on the last separation, it looked to me like DiSantos dropped his hands a little bit, took a couple of deep breaths. So while we can see that DiSantos possibly the more powerful fighter, we're going to see how the conditioning plays out here as we keep moving on. And it appears to be that Tanke's going to be the fresher fighter as this fight goes on. And I don't want to quite call it desperation mode yet, but DiSantos really trying to work for that takedown there. I was going to say not really setting it up with strikes, but it didn't matter when you have wrestling like that. My goodness.
Yeah, outstanding takedown again. Big, beautiful aerial. Brings Tanke down and looking to establish that top game still. But Tanke doing a really, really nice job staying calm, looking to get out into a submission. But it looks as though DiSantos might have been going for a Darce, but I don't think he got it.
Doesn't look to me that he has the hand position that he needs. He gave up on it. Knew that he was possibly working toward burning his arms out. Now going for back control. Nice transition by DiSantos. Both hooks. Looks like it's under the chin. But again, Tanke coming out of a great jiu-jitsu school. Knows what to do here. 2-on-1 wrist control. Peels it off. DiSantos going to try to transition him out. Tanke not letting him do so. Resetting the choke as DiSantos. Again, doesn't look to be all the way under the chin. Tanke trying to go with the elbow pressure now and pop that off over the top.
Yeah, I tell you what, DiSantos is all over Tanke right now, but Tanke doing a nice job of preventing DiSantos' arm from coming underneath the chin. Looks like he's in okay position right now. The other question is always, do you burn yourself out trying to pop somebody's head clean off their shoulders, right? We'll see how it goes.
True enough, really solid defense by Tanke, the farm Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. He's over here where you can see him now. Basically, he looks kind of nonplussed by the situation. Sort of a I've been here before, I know what to do type situation. And we've seen him get out of some bad spots, come back up, looking like he's just ready to go for more action. 10-second clacker sounded, so I think we're going to see what these guys have to offer in the third round, Ron.
Agreed, JR. We're getting treated to a third round. This has been a great way to start off a Sunday, guys. Fantastic first fight going so far. First two rounds have been exciting. Both guys doing their part here. I think if I had to really assess the fight going into the third and final round, JR, I would say that Tanke's going to need a finish. DiSantos has really been applying the pressure mostly. But I got to tell you, DiSantos really looks like he's gasping for air. Tanke looks pretty fresh, believe it or not. I'm interested to see if Tanke's been saving it all up for a final push in the third round. Definitely should be interesting here. But again, great fight. Great way to start the day off.
And between rounds, Tanke not even using the stool, standing up, and DiSantos, think even had a hard time coming up off the stool. So we'll see how it plays out. DiSantos shakes his head that he's ready to go, raises his hand, asking for a tap. And away we go with third round action here in this 155-pound bout to start off Summer Brawl here at the Grizzly Rose. DiSantos looking to light him up with hands first. Now going for the takedown. Tanke has his defense in place, fires back with a nice leg kick, and that's what you want to do against a solid wrestler. Try to take away that lead leg, see if you can take away some of the power of their shot. DiSantos basically using his wrestling now to light up his striking a little bit, which I think is a good play.
Yeah, agree, JR. And I think, on the contrary, Tanke's very, very composed. I mean, he obviously took a big straight right hand, but he's looking to really, it seems to me as though he's looking to land a couple of big shots. He doesn't look like he's throwing one at a time. The only thing that I'm worried about with DiSantos is that chin is way up in the air when he's throwing shots. And there, Tanke, for that reason, tagged him with a right hand, and now Tanke's starting to put the pressure on.
And Tanke just hyper aware of that takedown now, has his footwork in place nicely. Until I say that, of course, then he gets taken down. So let's see what DiSantos offers up from the top, but I know Tanke has a good game off of his back.
Nice job by DiSantos getting the takedown in the third, keeping that heavy pressure on right now. Looking to post down on an arm, looking for a wrist lock. Looking to extend the elbow right now of Tanke, and Tanke doing a good job fighting it off. I don't think that he'll be able to finish it from here. Tanke doing a nice job. But DiSantos clearly showing that heavy, heavy top game, that relentless pressure, and just like you referenced, JR, using that wrestling to set up that overhand right.
And even if DiSantos doesn't have the submission skills to finish Tanke, which I think would be a tall order considering Tanke's jiu-jitsu background, DiSantos has the positioning skills to be able to take out the rest of the round like this. We've seen it in rounds 1 and 2, just really superlative job when it's on the mat, doing a good job of holding position. It's just years and years of wrestling being shown off from the top by DiSantos. Let's see if he has the energy to put together a good flurry of ground and pound.
Yeah, Tanke looked to escape just now, but DiSantos did a nice job recovering, spinning around, getting behind him, and he's really kind of almost operating from a half guard and looking to apply heavy neck pressure right now is DiSantos. But Tanke doing a really nice job is staying away, but DiSantos really laying the wood to Tanke right now. But again, Tanke looking very composed against the cage. DiSantos just keeping the pressure on. 10-second clacker. This fight looks like it's going to end up in the judges' hands. Wouldn't want to be a judge here tonight, but I would say that DiSantos did enough to win this fight. Great fight. Great way to start off the Grizzly Rose. Unbelievable time here at Summer Brawl. Nice, nice first fight to get this party started. I would have to give the nod right now to DiSantos for keeping that pressure up, JR. But Tanke showing some real good calmness. I just thought that he might have needed to execute a little bit more of a sense of urgency, but it's a little bit difficult to do when you've got a dominant guy, a dominant wrestler, and a very, very aggressive and powerful striker like DiSantos is. So it'll be interesting to see the way the judges score this fight.
After 3 rounds, we go to the scorecard. And the winner by unanimous decision, It's Bunch in the cage with Lewis. Lewis taking through the fight. What was the game plan going into it? Looked like you really wanted to be on the ground. Was there something you knew about your opponent striking ability?
Well, I knew coming from a jiu-jitsu school like you did as well. I knew that he was going to look for the triangle, watching his fires and the arm bars. The goal was to kind of exchange a little bit and then look for the opening to take down, control the position. I was hoping to finish with a TKO or a submission left. This is really tough.
You controlled the fight from the get-go, though. It didn't look like you ever were anything down. Did you ever get hurt, though? You got you with a few significant strikes, maybe, yeah?
Yeah, definitely stuck around. Definitely rattled me a little bit with one of his rides and hooks, but luckily I was able to recover for the takedown and moving out of position.
Hung in there and got the win, man. Now what's next for you?
Gonna go back to training and hopefully come back and fight again in November.
Sounds good. Anybody want to thank before you get out of here?
Vinny, Shane, Gary, Josh, Adam, all that, everyone I train with, and everyone who came to support me, thank you so much.
Give it up for you,